About 90 Kansas City firefighters were maneuvering that fire truck you're looking at right now around some cones today as part of a new training program. This new course is mandatory for anyone working out of class or what's essentially a backup driver.
And this comes more than 3 years after a deadly fire truck crash in Westport. The fire department telling us the program raises standards and expectations. It's 40 hours. It requires a state test, a skills test, and another internal test.
It is meant to meet the new national standards that is meant to make our drivers safer.
We've been able to get guys more hands-on experience.
I just want to be comfortable and be able to perform the best for my city and for those around me.
Again, the training is specifically for backup drivers, and that's the same classification Dominic Biscari carried back in 2021 during that deadly Westport crash that you've covered, Sarah.
Right, and how can we forget that one? Biscari drove a fire truck through the intersection of Westport and Broadway, ran a red light, hit a car, crashed into a building off Broadway, killing 3 people. And while the fire department tells us this new driver training is not a direct response to the crash, a push for new technology on traffic lights is.
KCHB 41 news reporter Abby Dodge is going in depth for us tonight. She'll show us how the department has changed its staffing, policies, and technology since that deadly crash.
Years later, the site of the Westport crash looks relatively unchanged, but there's one addition to this intersection that could save lives in the future. There's a piece of technology on top of some of the light signals at this intersection. It's called Opticom. It allows first responders to change traffic signals on their way to emergencies.
Got fire truck into a building.
2 years ago, the victims' families were hopeful the city would expand this technology.
I do think that the things that are being put in place are going to prevent these types of tragedies in the future.
When the I-Team first reported on the system in 2023, there were 100 Opticom signals, with 29 on the way. Now there are 130. The extra receiver is at the site of the crash, paid for by some of the victims' families. Michael Elwood's brother Nathan previously spoke to KSHB 41 about getting closure.
We're always going to miss my brother. We're always going to wish that he was here.
The driver of the pumper truck who caused the crash did not stop at a red light in the entertainment district. Since the crash, the department implemented a new policy. Now KCFD drivers must stop at all red lights, stop signs, and when the driver can't account for all lanes of traffic. These changes and much more are covered at the department's new professional development course, which they showed us. But they didn't connect the training to the Westport crash.
Did you specifically add in this section of professional development due to what happened in Westport?
This is part of a total expansion. This is meeting new national standards that were updated in 2024.
Staffing was also a concern in December of 2021. The department has hired close to 200 people over the last 2 years.
I spoke with Tim Dollar, the lawyer representing the victims' families in various lawsuits related to the Westport crash. He said the families have been advocating for change, and he hopes that the legacies of their loved ones live on, because by standing up, they likely saved future lives. In Kansas City, Abby Dodge, KSHB 41 News.